Hey, I'm sitting here making school related podcasts, and I thought I'd take a couple minutes and shoot you off a video. I've been going to send you an email, but it's just kind of hard to get my thoughts together and tell you everything I want to tell you. So let's run through some things real quick, and I'll show you where I stand. I want to show you the living room downstairs, a couple of shots to show you what I'm dealing with here. I've got a lot of records. I don't want you to think that all these records are high-end things because there's a fair amount of junk in them. But this is what I'm trying to get processed. Only about two of these crates here are full of LPs. And I have pulled out most of the high-end ones. What's left is a lot of Dixieland and maybe a few other things that I keep finding. But as you can see, it's a lot of records, and I'm proceeding at a snail's pace. This is what I've got kind of processed upstairs for you. I even keep a sheet over this stuff to keep the light off of it. In the box on the left, there are 59 LPs for $155. And I want to show you in a second what some of them are. In the little milk crate to the right with the picture of Louis Armstrong there, that's a box set, and I want to talk to you about that in just a minute. But let me show you a few things that are in the crate to the left. Now there's some nondescript stuff in there too, but I'm just going to show you the higher end things in addition to what I showed you last time. There were some early Buck Clayton things on Columbia. This one, for example, most of these things are listed at $40 to $50 in the price guide. They're all in absolutely pristine condition. I've listened to them all. They play like dreams. They look great. I'm not going to keep them because they're really long cuts, and I would likely not play them very often, but I did play through them. I digitized them. I put them in my library, and I've sat around and listened to them of an evening, and they're really good. Top drawer guys playing top drawer material and clean as a whistle. I would have thought Benny Goodman would have been a dime a dozen, and a lot of Benny Goodman is. But what I discovered is that there are a few Benny Goodman things in there that go pretty high, including this kind of limited edition release on Columbia. I've got all the music, so I'm not going to keep it, but it's a nice thing. There's this one on RCA that I've never seen before. Once again, all Benny Goodman's, not all, but most of his stuff is reissue stuff. But these are original pressings, the first LP pressings of these things. This was a rare one, according to the price guide. This one, this is a Columbia small group thing. I've got this on 78. Somebody gave it to me. I got it on CD. I would have thought this would have been a dime a dozen, but this is the original LP pressing, and both volumes of it, clean as a whistle. $30, $40, I can't remember. And I'm pricing them for you at 1/10 of the book price, and sometimes 1/20 of the book price if I think the book price is just extraordinarily too high. So all this stuff that I've been showing you, $2 to $5. The highest end stuff, the stuff that looks really good to me and is listed at 50, that's $5. Most of it's 2 to 3. There was a lot of Newport stuff in there. These Newport things are not high-end things at all. Most of them are listed at $20, some of them 25, but these are all as clean as they can be. I was experimenting with the light, so some of the pictures are better than other pictures. I've listened to all these. I have digitized a few tracks out of all of them. I don't think I've digitized all of any album. They're uneven of musical quality, but they've all got some good things on them. This one with Eddie Condon. Eddie Condon does some of the introductions. He's a total jerk. Contrasts with Louis. There's some Eddie Condon Columbia stuff on there. This is a great album. When I was working with Joe Boughton, that was in the height of the CD days, and all this stuff was on CDs, and part of my deal was that if I saw something I wanted, I could have it. So I've got all this stuff. They're all really good. These are original pressings, clean as a whistle, but they all kind of sound alike. But they're good if you like that sort of thing. I would have also thought that Louis Armstrong is a dime a dozen, and most of it is, but there are some things that aren't, and these are some things I found that are rarer than the other stuff. The Town Hall Concert Plus, I've got the Town Hall Concert, and I didn't really listen to this. It's got a few things that are not on the original Town Hall release. This one goes pretty high in the book. There are 2 volumes of it so far. I've only found the first volume. And I wanted to talk to you about this. This is the musical autobiography of Louis Armstrong, and it lists in the book for $100. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. I have all the music in a mosaic box set. But in the original musical autobiography release, Louis does narration between every song. And in the mosaic box set, they did not include the narration, which I kind of regret. But since I've got all the music, I don't think I'm going to hang on to it. I've read about it, never seen it. List for $100. What we just saw was the front cover. This is the back cover. This is an inside cover shot. And this is a picture of the records. They're kind of in plastic sleeves. I slid them all out, looked at both sides. There's clean as a whistle. Looks like maybe they've never been played, though they probably have been once or twice. But they're as near mint as you can get. And I didn't even wipe them down. I put them back in the sleeves, put them in the milk crate, and put a sheet over it. To preserve it as much as possible. So it's listed at $100 in the book. Would you be interested in it for like $10? I suspect if you put $20 on it, you could sell it real quick, and you might be able to sell it for a lot higher than that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm still going through the stuff. I've been through, I think, most of the higher end things. The other stuff that I'm going to have for you, I think, is more on the $1 to $2 range, but I still keep finding some things that surprise me. A lot of what's left is Dixieland, and there are also some non-jazz things that you might be interested in. I've run out of pictures here, but let me mention one thing that I can think of. There's a Harry Belafonte album that lists for $50. It's one of his really early things. And I haven't listened to it, but I've looked at it, wiped it down. It looks really clean. Actually, there were 2 Harry Belafontes. One was called Harry Belafonte Sings the Blues. And I don't know Harry Belafonte from anything. I have a vague idea that he's a calypso guy. But I took that Harry Belafonte Sings the Blues over to my office and played it. And I really liked it. Not every cut, but I liked that album a lot. I thought Harry Belafonte sang super well. God Bless the Child, Hallelujah, I Love Her So, some other Ray Charles things. So I pulled that out to keep. That was the $30 one. But the other one is an even earlier album, and it lists for $50. It's RCA. So I don't know. Would you be interested in something like that for, I don't know, $3 or $4? And so I'm finding some non-jazz stuff that I will ask you about. And if you're not interested in that sort of thing, I might use that for a little bit of trade somewhere. But if you want it, it's yours. Okay, that's where I am. I'll talk to you soon.